Hello, we're gonna make this one today, and it's a sort of style of Wesson. And by I mean by that all washes are created one time. I go not over or mix in. Wesson keep his colors clean, and he just did use 8 or 9 colors if you count Payne's Gray, but he used only Payne's Gray with pen and wash. This is not his palette, by the way, but he used ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, light red, uh, burnt sienna, raw sienna, transparent yellow or winter yellow. I have transparent yellow, and burnt umber. There's this one. The Payne's Gray I don't have here. This is neutral thin, but I don't use it. He started always his washes, his skies, with the things he found in his box. So this is, and he used it together, and this is a bit blue, so he makes it a bit blue. And usually it was enough for him to make the sky. We're gonna do it today a bit different. I don't clean my palette, but further he used was French mops or squirrel. I have Neptune sort of squirrels. They hold as much water as the squirrel itself, and they have a belly, so you can make the trees fairly easy. Oh well, no trees, there are shapes, but because they are there, they are trees. Like this is the sky and this is the water. If I turn it upside down, this is still the sky, and you see still trees. So it's not that important how a shape look. It's just the way you paint things. Okay, I sketched this out where the tree must come, where the water must come, and so on. I keep my palette in my hand. I move the water a bit closer. That is more handy. And we do in the sky. I don't know if he wetted some parts before, but it is 25 degrees today in the Netherlands. So I think it will dry very fast. Well, that is not a problem because I paint very fast. Bit of ultramarine blue with the rest. I add a bit of burnt sienna with it, so it's not that blue, as you know what I mean. And I mix probably later on a bit of raw sienna in it. But for now, a bit of clean water. The paper is Bockingford, same as Wesson used also always. It's the 200 laps is a bit more or less his paper, but because he used 180 grams, I believe. And he asked if the factory could make a bit heavier paper. Well, of course they can make that. Raw sienna, bit of burnt sienna through it, lots of water. It's probably too yellow, but gonna dry some lighter. Well, here comes trees, so it's not that important. Now we still busy. We do a bit of water. Keep it light because the reflections are still coming and you don't need heavy colors. This is a large yellow spot, but here comes a tree, so there's not. It dries fast today. Taking a brush, cleaning up the puddles. This on the side. And I need sort of tissue to clean around. I do this because you don't want water dripping down into your painting. Well, this has to dry. It's probably take 20 minutes, but for you 1 second. Well, I forgot to tell you it's on an angle. I have here some kind of cardboard thing. So we're gonna make the trees. Big tree. I squeezed out a bit of fresh ultramarine and a bit of fresh raw sienna. And it must be a bit of green, or look like a bit of green. Here we go. Well, good enough for me. Maybe a bit of blue. Darker on the bottom, a bit bluer maybe. Nice big tree. This is a bit of well, it's okay. We make a tree beside it, and I decide that it must be a bit of watercolor. Watercolor. And then we use transparent yellow. This must be a bit wider. This okay. Bit of burnt sienna, and all in the same puddle. Go to a smaller grill. This is number 4. And we make a darker version of the green, because it is in the underside of the trees. Well, it's a bit blue. Could be some yellower, more yellow. For the variety, we do burnt umber. Bit too much. And we make some colors here. We come straight in the field, and Wesson did this also always. This field was other color than the other side of the field, so you get variety, and that field must be light. Test, that is almost good. Don't worry about the leaking in from the other. Because I make a darker green later on. Um, I color a bit outside the lines, if you notice. But watercolor is not meant to be precisely filled in. Well, that is what I say. There will be enough people This cobalt blue, a bit of raw sienna. I like to have a rough edge here, and preferably here too. And it is boring, but we have to wait for drying again. Oh no, yes. Well, we did wait for it to dry, but let me look. It's almost 27 degrees here in my studio, so I have it reasonably warm. A bit of background trees, a bit of ultramarine blue, and a bit of light red. If you use Venetian red or other kind of English red, Indian red. Look here, this is a sort of purpley gray, and that is what you're looking for. My Mary got Venetian red. That is, you get not exactly the same color, but I have another, and that is this one, and I forget the name. It's weird. I put it in the movie. Could be a bit heavier. It's the pigment PR 102, and Venetian red is PR 101. Well, that's probably enough. Wesson used no riggers. Very strange, but no riggers at all. He used small brushes. This is number 4. This is the smallest I can find. And I mixed both. I did for the background trees. The same for the branches. If you watch James Fletcher Watson, was a friend of Wesson, and he also disliked riggers. He said branches must be a bit firm. Well, who am I to say it's not true? Well, I miss my rigger, but okay. Everything is practice. a bit firmer. Thicker tree. This is a bit weird, so I'll make something from it. Okay, back to the long round, and we make a green. Oh, I have to wipe it. A green, cobalt blue, bit of ultramarine blue, and we make it a stiff wash. A stiff wash. Change the color a bit with burnt umber. And probably go back to green again. This is a bit of a weird shape here. Well, the bank of the river got to be green, but first things first, bit of cobalt blue. Raw sienna. Burnt sienna. I've got Wesson used also phthalo blue. Don't use it as much as I want because I think it is a difficult color. Bit of dark here. Watch out for mud, because mud is everywhere. Bit of foreground green, color blue. Wet brush. Here a bit of dark. Dark I made with ultimate and maybe here. Some poles. Now we really have to wait before I put the reflections in, but it is okay. We have to decide what, and I think we do a sort of local color, a light gray. I think it looks, well, we make gray of ultramarine blue and burnt umber. That's better. I have to say, you have to be quick. Because I want also other colors mixing in it. A bit of burnt sienna here, bit of green here too. So your mixing skills must be updated a bit. This is the tree. It's a bit too warm here for this, but well, for demo. Bit of dark green, ultramarine blue, raw sienna. Bit of a soft edge here. It's drying already, so everything I add now is a hard edge, probably. Ground. My trusty quarter-inch quartz sheet mat. Well, it's got a Wesson-esque feeling to it. And, well, he did a lot. If you want to be a better painter, paint like Wesson. I did hear from Andrew Pitt. He painted at least 300 watercolors a year. Sometimes he did 4 in the morning. So he was quick. And, well, they are not all perfect, but the ones that are perfect are simply the best. Thanks for watching.